Hello, friends, this is Apurva the Book Hunter. Today I have a very special book with me. This is known as The Mars Room by Rachel Kushner. This book was shortlisted for Booker Prize in 2018 for fiction, and Rachel Kushner is also a very critically acclaimed and well known author in USA because she was twice finalist for the National Book Award, which is a very prestigious award for literature. This book has a little bit common with the Netflix show called Orange is the New Black, in the sense that the majority part of the story of this book is about a women's prison or centered about on a women's prison. So let me tell you a little bit about the plot. We follow a white female convict named Romy Hall as she's transferred from the county jail to a state prison facility for women in Stanville. We learn that she has received two back-to-back life sentences with 6 years added without any possibility of parole. So we also learned that she had killed her stalker, who was kind of defenseless, it appears. So and the public defender could not defend her well, so she ended up in prison. So as the book progresses, we get to know about the upbringing of Romy Hall, how she grew up in the low income society of San Francisco, how she got addicted to drugs and hustled for money, got into small crimes, then started stripping, occasional prostitution to support her drug habit first, then she had to support her son. And we also go through the events that take place in and around her in the state prison. We are introduced to a lot of characters. For example, we have Laura Lip, the baby killer, who's also bipolar. She's absolutely out of her mind, I'm telling you. We also have London, who's a she-man, pseudo hermaphrodite. And then we have Sammy, who is like the smartest girl on the block. She's in and out of the prison so much that she has started to like prison more than the free life. Then we have Teardrop and some native Indian women and a lot of death row convicts. And then we have another character is there, a dirty male cop related to one of the death row convicts. Then we have prison guards, and we have the confused academic who is also the prison teacher, the Gordon Hauser. And we also get to know, as the story progresses, we get to know a little bit about the life of the stalker, Kurt Kennedy, or Creep Kennedy as she calls it. So this book is actually a very, very tragic story. It's a sad story. Don't make no mistake about it. This is not your Shawshank Redemption. No redemption is there, but this is a very tragic story. So this story tells us not just about the kind of wrong decision the characters, the prison inmates had taken in their lives, but it also tells us how growing up in the low-income society of USA, they had almost no other choices. I mean, the bad decisions they took, sometimes they were forced to take these decisions. They took to the streets early. They had to hustle for drugs, then they had to perform small crimes, then go and get into like bigger crimes and get into the jail. We also had, the author also shows a lot of sympathy towards the prison guards. They are like these hated people, but actually they're kind of poor and they're just supporting themselves for just a job. And then there is like ever confused, frustrated Gordon Hauser, who was also hailed from a lower middle class family, and he struggled so much to get a job, and then he ends up with the most hated job on the planet. So we also get to know about the side of the killed person, the Kurt Kennedy, the stalker. So I really like this book. I thought it was an excellent book. Honestly, I don't like American writings too much because I think they have a lot of American references that I can't really relate to. But this book was so easygoing. It was so lucid to read. I really loved the pace of this book. It was paced wonderfully. I started reading, and even before I knew it, I was through like half of the book. I didn't even know it. The story felt like it was going slow, but it went through a lot faster than I thought. And it is excellently written. I also like the amount of research that goes into this book. These days, all the books that come out, they have like a team of researchers behind them. Like they're digging up all the historical evidence, all the facts, all these prison protocols and the prison rules that you have to follow. These details, they could not have been possible without a thorough, meticulous research. So I like the research done for the book. I like the kind of writing. I like the writing style of the author. Sometimes it's indifferent, but most of the times it's so sympathetic that it shows a lot of sympathy towards everybody, really, not just the inmates or the prison guards, also for the stalker, killed stalker. I think it's an excellent book, and I really hope to read a lot from Rachel Kushner in future. I think for any reader, even for a casual reader, this would be a very interesting book. In fact, this book has, kind of changed my outlook towards American literature, because I used to think they were like so much into American references and all that, but I like the way it has been presented in this book. Like Rachel Kushner did not go into like a lot of explanations or like a lot of philosophical theological discussions about prison and death and all that, but she kept it pretty simple but and yet pretty thoughtful. So it's a good thing. I think it's a good aspect of the book. For any reader, I think it would be a great book to just pick up and read. You have no difficulty in understanding any part of the book. I really like this book, and I would highly recommend this book to anybody, but make no mistake, it's a very, very tragic story. Friends, this is it for today, and signing out. This is Apurva the Book Hunter. Meet you next time with another video.